Hello-ski everybody, D-Man Crow here, and as promised, welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 8. I said that I was going to record this game on the live stream and did an update, and yes, I'm actually doing it. But for now, please enjoy some terrible 90s video game voice acting.
MegaMan, today we finish this!
Hey, Bass! Why must I fight you? We are not enemies!
Shut up! Ah!
MegaMan! Go! MegaMan, hurry! You must come with me!
You can't leave yet!
Rush jet!
Whoa!
Bass, we'll have to take care of this some other time.
No! Don't run away, coward. You'll pay for this insult. I'll be back.
Dr. Light, what is the problem?
A strange meteor has fallen to Earth just a while ago. This meteor seems to be emitting a powerful energy signature. Something this powerful must not fall into the hands of evil.
I understand, Dr. Light. I'm on it.
Thank you, Mega Man. If you can, please bring the meteor back.
Okay.
The lovely cheesiness of video game voice acting back in the 90s. I don't have that much of a problem with it, I just think that they definitely could have performed better and Mega Man could have sounded differently. But here he is, the Blue Bomber in all of his glory. Probably the best looking 2D sprite of Mega Man, if I were to wager. Maybe other than his Marvel vs. Capcom sprite, but either way, I really like the sprite of Mega Man. And he has your typical Mega Man abilities. He can slide, he can charge his buster, and he can copy robot abilities. So it's pretty much your standard Mega Man, and I really like the layout of this intro stage. It gets you used to, you know, enemy layouts, jumping to aim your shots, and all of that. But there are actually abilities that kind of shit on aiming your shots entirely if there are multiple enemies at different angles across the screen. I'd like to point out that this is probably one of my favorite Mega Man color schemes. Just, I don't know, it's probably the pink, but I love looking at Mega Man's colors when he has the Mega Ball equipped. I don't really find the Mega Ball all that useful, to be honest. I use it against mini-bosses and to help me out with some tighter jumps, but that's really about it. I don't use the Mega Ball very often. At least not once I get the other special weapons that just deal with certain enemies much more easily. And this is kind of a letdown to me, because Dr. Light classifies the Mega Ball as a powerful weapon, and that's just straight up horseshit. I don't really think it's that powerful of a weapon, but I hate to say this. Spoiler alert, in one of the Wily stages, the Mega Ball is going to be an essential weapon to use. There's nothing really if you go in here, it's just a couple of big bolts that net you a few bolts to use in the shop, which is a returning thing from Mega Man 7, although I'd argue that it's probably a little bit less useful here because you're only going to want 1 or 2 upgrades. And by that, I mean you're probably only going to want to buy the reduced knockback, which cuts any knockback down to 0. You don't take knockback when you take damage. And I guess for shits and giggles, there are other upgrades you can buy, like climbing ladders faster, charging your buster faster, and the arrow shot. And let me just say that arrow shot is the ability that I was talking about that kind of shits on aiming your shots in general. Welcome to the mini-boss of Stage 1, this giant mossy hermit crab robot, which is a cinch to take down. Seriously, this fight that you're gonna see probably lasts around 10 seconds, probably less. Because you can essentially do the exact thing that I'm doing here. Kick the Mega Ball up at him, and you can stun lock him. And he's done. Kind of an underwhelming first major enemy, but hey, what do you expect? It's a Mega Man game that's overall easier than 7.
It's over, Wily!
Now the world is mine! Gotcha!
I normally tend to shut up and let you guys read the dialogue for yourselves because, I don't know, I'm just not feeling these voices as much as I am the voices for the X series. But here we are with our first few Robot Masters, and I'd like to tackle Grenade Man first off. Oh, and by the way,
I'm Grenade Man!
the Robot Masters introduce themselves whenever they're selected. I just thought that's a neat little thing I'd like to point out. So here we are with Grenade Man stage, and honestly, I really like the design and the overall aesthetic of this. I mean, it's more industrial because, well, he's a manufacturer of bombs. He likes to blow shit up, so why not have his stage take place in a base that looks like he built stuff for blowing shit up? I mean, this is even apparent with these first little hazards here, because you can easily destroy these with a few charge shots. These enemies, these little ground sweepers, I hate these. I really, really hate these. The reason why I do is because until you get Frostman's weapon, the Ice Wave, there's really no way to kill these enemies. You can only stop them temporarily. And those enemies kind of make it annoying whenever you're doing platforming segments, especially this early on into the game. But, alas, I eventually do get the Ice Wave, so I'm probably going to be coming back here as soon as I can get a couple extras, if I didn't already get them in this clip. I kind of haven't revealed my footage already, so that's why I'm saying that. And by the way, I aimed that shot beautifully. This is why I didn't mean to blow this up, because that. But never mind that little minor screw up there. Due to the power of video editing, we're back at where I was, and I always found these to be an interesting obstacle. Might be because of the colors, but I really like looking at these. So you shoot these blocks enough, or you just hit them with one good charged power shot. Oh, and by the way, this is what I was talking about with the Mega Ball. You can shoot it in midair, and if you hold forward and press X, you can actually shoot it just at an angle to where you can jump, shoot it in the air, and then use it for a double jump. I almost hit the spikes there, and I didn't exactly know it was down there, so I decided not to go down there. I also saw that you could get a bolt, and I'm going to be coming back for that bolt later on in the game, but for right now, I just chose to ignore it because I wanted to beat Grenade Man and get his weapon, because Grenade Man's weapon, I'm going to spoil the shit out of this right now, his weapon is awesome. I love using his weapon, the Flash Bomb. But, basically, these kinds of hazards that this game throws at you, in this stage specifically, I really like them. They're not too bullshit, it's relatively easy to traverse the stage. So here's one of the few instances that I'm going to use Mega Ball, because Mega Ball does pretty damn heavy damage. And since I can't tell how much damage I'm doing to the boss, I'd like to give myself the illusion that Mega Ball is hitting this enemy harder than anything in my current arsenal can. Now, I'm sure if I were hitting this enemy with something like, you know, Tornado Hold or something like Flash Bomb, that I would most likely destroy this enemy pretty early. But I didn't even give this enemy a chance to dive underground, because he actually has an extra attack where he'll dive underground and he'll surf the junk and he'll come back up after a junk block jumps around. Other than that one death that I suffered, this stage is pretty easy overall. You just wait until this hammer swings into the background and then you jump with it. Of course, being me, I at least will poorly time one jump. And it also being me, I'm someone who's going to come back for this bolt as well, because I'm pretty sure that if I collect this extra bolt and the other extra bolt at the beginning of the level, then I'm pretty sure that means I can get at least one more upgrade, because I haven't beat the game again yet, but I've scooped myself across at least half of the game, just so that way I could get ahead in terms of footage and be ready to record as much as I possibly can. I don't know if I'm going to be wrapping this game's Let's Play up before I have to go back to work in a couple days, but I can definitely get as much done as I can here. Nevertheless, you see this mechanic introduced because the stage likes to show off what these little fire dudes can do to that stick of dynamite. And I didn't trust that jump, so I decided to use the Mega Ball to help boost myself there. This section is a bit more dangerous as the platforms are currently exploding right from under you. And yes, I can also go back for that bolt. There's several big bolts that I missed from this stage that I'm going to have to go back and eventually fetch, but those are probably going to be off camera. I did manage to get this one though. Look at that. That jump was sick. You can't tell me that wasn't cool. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be going through this stage again, because I've already got a few upgrades, and I've got weapons that make this easier, I've got weapons that make jumping easier, and I almost screwed that jump entirely, and cost myself another life there. I'm using the Mega Ball here to make the platforming segment just a little bit easier, but nevertheless, we've made it to Grenade Man's boss door, and I don't have another way to fight Grenade Man, so just going to fight him with my Mega Buster. And as you can hear there, the bosses actually say something as an introduction to themselves whenever you get into the boss door. They also say the name of the weapon that you're going to be obtaining, which is the primary fire that they choose. So for Grenade Man here, it's called Flash Bomb. Grenade Man's power is easy to get as his pattern is pretty simple. He jumps up and he'll either shoot these 3 bombs, and when you get him low enough, he'll destroy the floor, he'll shoot a flash bomb from on the wall or from right in front of him, he'll dash forward, and then later on, he doesn't use this ability anymore as far as my knowledge goes, but pretty simple boss pattern, and as such, pretty easy enemy to defeat overall. By defeating this pushover of a Robot Master fight compared to the rest of his stage, I get what is, in my opinion, probably one of the most useful weapons in this game, the Flash Bomb. Oh yeah, MegaMan will also say the name of the weapon that you obtain from the Robot Masters too. Nevertheless, due to my preferred order, I like to take care of Frostman after getting Grenade Man's weapon, as Frostman is weak to the Flash Bomb. Also, you can get a few secrets in his stage. And as I said earlier, I did actually go off screen and I had to go get those few extra bolts that I was missing. And also, I'd like to point out that during the process of creating these clips for Mega Man 8, where I do the post-commentary, I actually took a pretty big damn break, mostly because I was just kind of worn out from doing everything. I took care of the last of my chores today, and it's nighttime the next day as I'm recording this, which means the first part will probably go out at night. But tomorrow, I'm completely 100% free. I have to do like one thing that takes like maybe 2 minutes to do at most if I walk slowly. But other than that, it's not really a problem at all. And that's basically it. Like, I'm free tomorrow, so I think I'm just going to try and record as much as I possibly can tomorrow. But either way, this segment in Frostman's stage is one that's only visited in one other stage in this entire game, and it's Wily Stage 1, but we'll get to that later. So, Frostman stage is a nice level, and as you can clearly see here, it's got a platforming segment with the hoverboard. It'll tell you to jump, jump, or slide, slide, and according to the prompt, you follow it. If it tells you to jump, you jump. If it tells you to slide, you slide. Watch out for your timing though, and be sure to always look right in front of where Mega Man is, because later on during the segments where it tells you to slide, it'll actually put spikes in front of the wall, so if you don't slide quick enough, you won't just be pushed back, you'll actually run into a set of instant kill spikes. And the same thing happens whenever you jump. So whenever you jump, just be sure that you push Mega Man forward enough so that way you can make it over the big hovering pits, because I didn't do that and I got about 3 game overs. Why did I get 3 game overs? Simple. This next platforming segment that you're gonna see here is complete bullshit. There are so many occasions where I just screwed this last part up so bad. I don't know why, but dude, I like these hoverboard sections, and I really like the rush jet sections that are, again, only visited in a couple parts of this game, but making these into stage gimmicks specifically to these other couple of stages is just poor design to me, because you took something that could have been a great part of the game and just chose to fuck it up in the worst possible way you could. It's not like you have a lot of time to practice for these segments, because you can revisit stages, but trust me for this, you aren't going to be able to practice for Wily Stage 1 no matter how many times you do Frostman stage, because trust me, I did this stage a couple times for practice as a reference, so that way I could get through Wily Stage 1 a bit easier. Admittingly, the first day I was recording this, I stopped after defeating Swordsman because I needed to work on the footage I got for this. I've already got a hefty amount of footage on my PlayStation. I need to get that off my PlayStation onto YouTube before I record a lot more. But yeah, I'm sorry that this first part took longer than I wanted it to come out. It's just, it was hard to put this game down whenever I was recording it, and also, goddamn, Devil May Cry 4 is just, it's so fun. I've been screwing around in mostly the Bloody Palace mode. I haven't really done much of the story at all. I've done a couple missions with Lady, but that was when I handed the controller to Quan and just watched him play. Nevertheless, this is why I got several game overs on this one part. Look how fast this part is. This is why I said you always want to push Mega Man forward, and whoa, I just about hit those spikes. And as you can see, if I didn't push forward when I jumped, I would have ran into those instant kill spikes as well. Yeah, this next part of the stage, this ending part is cheap as shit. But this next boss battle is ridiculously easy, and I want you to hear how hilarious this sounds.
Freeze! I'll crush you! I will beat you!
I will beat you! There's another one where he says, I'll make a popsicle out of you, and he'll call you George. But either way, so this boss battle from from this footage here as you can clearly see, is easy as shit. It's so easy to beat this boss. But god damn, I'm guessing that they made the boss ridiculously easy because his stage is ridiculous. But nevertheless, we beat Frostman, and for doing so, we got one of my favorite weapons to use in this game, the Ice Wave. This is what I use to kill those Minesweeper enemies and get past Sniper Joe's shields. So we're doing pretty good on the save file overall, and later on this save file is going to look a lot fuller. Next time on MegaMan 8.
Let's do it!
I'm MegaMan.
Subscribe to D-Man Grow!